excited, and everything we went through that day. And then Monday it hit me. It's like, yo, you having a boy. And it kind of hit me there in the moment. I was thinking about like what can't happen having a son.
What you mean?
Like men are weird. So I'm gonna say that to say.
Yeah, you guys are definitely top-notch weirdos of all human being kind.
Absolutely. So it's kind of weird, like it's kind of like when you have a daughter. Mind you, I've never had a daughter or had the opportunity of saying that, but like dudes always, before you asking yourself what you want, for women it's always like, oh, I hope my daughter ain't fast. I hope my daughter ain't, just I hope she ain't passing ass around. Right? Well, you don't.
Sit your little fast down.
Yeah, I saw a girl on Facebook one time who was like, oh yeah, y'all don't know, older women don't know how many girls they ruined by saying, yo, you was fast. And she was saying like, and it wasn't true. And I was thinking, I was like, damn, all the girls my grandma called fast, they was hoes. So they was hoes.
But did it ruin? What
They
do
was
you mean
hoes.
by ruin them though?
They was hoes.
I don't get that part.
Maybe I'm
just slow.
And so with a boy, first thing, and I said this at the gender reveal, bruh cannot be a bum. And that's the biggest thing. And I was thinking about this on Monday. I was like, damn, with everything going on in the world, the clear thing is like, I'm gonna have to have conversations about him being, a target. Being a young black and brown boy in this world. And then, the way the police is, that was hitting me. And that hits me more with my nephew now because he's 8, but he's tall. He's going to be tall. You know what I'm saying? But, and I'm like, damn, I'm going to have those same conversations. My nephew told me something about police and about people. He told me that he was scared of police. And he said some other things that I don't want to even put on that nigga spirit, but he said some things, and I remember hearing him talk about the police, and I was like, dog, man. And I'm like, only thing I'm thinking in my head is the shit that I get off here or that I get off online on Twitter. He never sees those things. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I don't share those things with him. Matter of fact, the last time I got pulled over, he was in the car with me, and I explained to him why that shit wasn't a game and why we have to be respectful. Why we got to do all this extra shit. You know what I'm saying? I had to have that conversation with him. My dad had to have that conversation with him. My sister had it immediately with him. But, we had to follow up. And so I was thinking about, damn, as a kid, having a young boy, I'm like, yo, I don't want this to happen, but I also don't want bruh to be a bum.
What you mean a bum? Like, he ain't got no job?
It's a lot of, I've always said,
he ain't got no J's? Like, what that mean?
Shut up. I think I've said this on this pod, but if not, I've definitely told you off air. I believe the word bum is the most disrespectful thing a woman can say to a man. I believe men.
Not bitch. No?
Nah.
Okay.
You call your dude a bum and see how he react. You can call him. You can be like, bro, you acting like a bitch, and he gonna be like, oh, all right. Say, bro, you acting like a bum. You a bum right now. See,
I think I agree with you on that.
And so for me, when I think of the word bum, I'm thinking about lazy, unmotivated, no job, not a good job, just
sitting on
a leech.
The couch, eating popcorn,
yeah,
watching SVU with your hand in your pants.
Basically, I do that.
Drinking a beer that your girlfriend bought.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, I don't want that, and I think that was my.
It sounds like it hurt.
It's Jacquees over here, Everybody know I see it's Jacquees. So
it's squeaking though.
Yeah, it's not. Maybe it's yours. So I was thinking, I was like, I don't want a bum ass son. And then so I was thinking about like, man, and it also brings me back to that Hove line where he talks about like, whenever he has his first son, he wants to cut his time in half. So I was thinking about all the things I was doing and how I want to really get my son to reach certain heights quicker than I did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I knew junior year in college that I either shouldn't have been in school or I was studying the wrong thing. I still finished.
Amen. Hallelujah.
However, I was looking at it and I said, dog, I want to be able to look at my son and say, yo, take a year off of high school.
High school?
After high school, take a year off.
Oh, I thought you said take a year out of high school.
But really take a year off of high school and ask yourself, figure out what you really want to do in life.
Yeah.
Like, take that year off. If anything, go to CP or go to a community college for like a year. You can take it easy. Figure out what you want to do. We ain't working. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you working. I need you to really figure out what you want to do in life and then go to school if that's what you want to do. Or figure out, like we talked about last podcast, how you going to educate yourself. So those things, I was like, man, I want to be able to give my kids that opportunity. I want to be able to, like, if they want to be entrepreneurs, they do it the right way. Versus me, who I had entrepreneur parents, but they were just figuring shit out, out. And it was kind of like, yo, we figuring it out. You got to figure it out too.
Yeah.
But I at least want to be able to tell them, like, hey, it's like most people don't know. I know this is a photography podcast allegedly, because we be wilding out. But like most people don't know, and me and you talked about it. CP, Central Piedmont Community College, which is the largest community college from what my understanding, or it's in the top 5 largest community colleges in the U.S. Central Piedmont has a small business school. All of the shit is free. You literally go up there, you sign up for it. You can sign up for just a class. They will have a class and they break it down and it's free. It's free. They talk about everything from taxes to resources, how you get government contracts, how you do marketing the proper way, how you file your taxes. I don't know if I said that already, but how to do your website. It's so much stuff that's there and it's free. And people don't know. And then they, like for me, I went there because I wanted to understand taxes. They had somebody there who worked for the IRS, who worked in the North Carolina division, and that person was there, and I was able to ask him, how do I do sales tax as a photography business? And he's like, this is how you would do it. This is the section you need to read and understand more. Speak with me after class if you need to, and I will walk you through it. But most people don't know that.
10%. I'm
what?
just kidding.
You better get niggas. We're going to talk about PPP scams in a little bit. But, those are the things, man. But I do want to thank the people that did come, whether it's KG, whether it's Walter, whether it's Thoti and Chrissy. I told them I shout them out. Chrissy is freaking funny. My dad was talking about her today.
Quite hilarious.
She is, and her relationship with her man is even funnier. It's
but
great.
Going off what you said about like how you plan to instill certain things into your kid, I feel like this generation, the millennials, I think we all kind of have that mindset, even people that don't have kids right now. I think we have learned or is still learning. We're not doing the same things that our parents did, because for me, specifically,
try again.
One of them words. I didn't grow up in a 2-parent household, so I wasn't like, I don't know, sir. I feel like I missed out on certain things. I was pushed to go to college because that was the next step. Mm-hmm. Like, I wasn't taught about certain things as far as like you said, CP with the business stuff. Like, I feel like some kids, depending on how they were raised, they were taught certain things as far as when it comes to finances, when it comes to investing, when it comes to taxes, when it comes to certain things like that. And here I am, I'm just like, education is what's pushed to me.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't even like, okay, sure, I'll go because y'all want me to, but I don't know what I want to do. Like, I don't know if this is best for me. Like, now granted, I went and I got a degree, but I'm not even using my degree. So it's I don't know. Like,
the smarties.
Right. Like you said, like, I like that mindset because it's like, let's figure it out, because we don't want to waste this money because college is expensive for, anything like $40,000 and you're not even using this degree.
Yeah, literally. No, I'm with you. And you said you came from a different household, and I mean, even in my household, it was just like, yo, you gotta go to college.
Yeah.
And some of that's just our culture, us not knowing.
Right.
Like, my parents did not know. My dad went to high school. My mom did a semester at FAMU before my dad was like, come on up to Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? And so they didn't know. And it was like, oh, you got to go to college. And I get to college and I'm like, all right, let me study psychology. Well, couldn't pass shit. So now let me study.
That was my major. I passed shit.
Okay. Then it was like, oh, let's go do computer software. And I'm like, this is trash. And then by the time I figure out where I want to do, I'm like, yo, I don't want to spend unnecessary money. And I made the right decision just to go ahead and get done, because I wasn't going to use that shit either. You know what I'm saying?
It sold us a dream. Like, you go to college, you get a degree, you get a great job. No,
it don't work that way.
That's not how it works. You
was a server after college. I was a server after college.
I was a server during college, and I worked at a daycare after I graduated, making $11-something an hour.
Yeah, bro. We ain't gonna talk about us, man.
Okay, so
I used to be a barista. Shout out to everybody who knew me when I was making lattes and coffees, man. I was a barista.
A frappuccino?
Bruh, Darnell,
No whipped cream.
Darnell came up there one day to get some keys for me. I had an apron on with a coffee hat. Darnell was like, "You is a B," and he just said this in front of all these bankers, and I was like, "I hate you."
Shout out to D.
I was like, "You want something?" He's like, "Yeah, let me get a little iced latte when I come back and give you your keys." I was like, "I effing hate you," but that was life, man. But yeah, but shout out to everybody. I appreciate y'all. Let's do these drops before we get in these topics.
Welcome to the Paid in Exposure Podcast.
Let's get it.
A podcast about helping our community of photographers to reach the next level in their business.
I muted Key Mike and she got mad.
Hosted by Key
AKA Kino No.
and Charlotte photographer Gavin B.
We Coldboy, baby. Keeping it real. Let's get it.
Wrap it up.
What? Shut up.
Wait, so I can't pay an exposure?
No.
Bitch. No.
No. All right, Gavin. So, I got a question for you. But
Girl.
I got a question for you.
You can't say some shit and then I can't be Chris Brown when it applies.
Can I get an answer? You
You
gonna
heard his dog bit somebody?
his former housekeeper,
Yeah.
maid, is suing him because the dog bit her.
Damn, that's tough.
I'm just wondering if she gonna get some money.
Yeah.
You think so? He
next.
might settle.
Oh, you definitely gonna settle, but
It's
I wonder
like,
how
bro,
much.
like, because I don't think it was like he like sick of like tell the dog to get her. Like,
Sometimes it's just gonna be negligence.
but what if that was in her contract?
Who knows? It's gonna get interesting, man. But sometimes you're just like, yo, how much you want? 15
Yeah,
G's? Get out of here.
Right. Okay.
Anyway.
Anyway, so do photographers do shorter, quicker, or cheap sessions? A quick pumper.
Yo, what if somebody come to me and be like, yo, man, I slept with your son, man. He was a quick pumper. That's gonna be inappropriate. That's definitely inappropriate. Yeah. Oh, so to go to what we were saying. Oh, sorry. I thought the mics was muted. Sorry.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah, don't ask me that about my kid. Oh, don't tell me that. Never mind. Yeah, photographers offer mini sessions.